Well, I say proud like Detroit. I say resilient like Detroit. This is the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name.
Lizzo just delivered a political mic drop that has the Trump administration absolutely seething. During her Saturday Night Live performance this weekend, the Grammy-winning superstar rocked a shirt with one word that sent shockwaves through Washington: terrified. That's right, in front of millions of viewers on live TV, Lizzo made a bold statement mocking Trump's disastrous tariff policies that have sent the markets into freefall. And according to White House insiders, Trump is absolutely livid about it. Let's break down how this epic trolling unfolded and why it's hitting Trump where it hurts most. It all went down on Saturday night when Lizzo took the SNL stage as the musical guest alongside host Jon Hamm. During her performance of a medley featuring Love in Real Life and Still Bad, Lizzo revealed the statement piece that would soon be trending nationwide. The custom black t-shirt had "Terrified" printed across it in bold white letters, an obvious play on terrified, and a direct mockery of Trump's controversial tariff policies that have economists warning of a potential recession. What made this moment even more brilliant was her commitment to the message. During her second performance later in the show, she changed outfits but strategically kept the "Terrified" shirt visible underneath her jacket, ensuring the message couldn't be missed or edited out.
Well, he gon' hate to see me leave, but love to watch me walk away. He knocked me down.
And just to make sure her political statement landed with maximum impact, Lizzo switched to a different shirt for the show's closing moments. This one reading, "Black women were right." Another clear dig at the Trump administration. According to Page 6, Trump's reaction was swift and furious. Sources close to the White House revealed that the former president personally called NBC executives early Sunday morning, demanding to know who approved that shirt, and was absolutely livid that the politically charged statement was allowed to air. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt attempted to downplay the situation during Monday morning's press briefing, stating, "The president is focused on rebuilding America's economy, not what celebrities wear on late-night TV shows." But reporters noted she appeared visibly annoyed by the repeated questions about Lizzo's protest. This isn't just another celebrity Trump feud. It's the latest chapter in a wave of public criticism over economic policies that are increasingly being compared to economic self-sabotage. To understand why Lizzo's shirt struck such a nerve, we need to look at the absolute chaos Trump's tariff policies have caused in just the past 2 weeks. On April 1st, yes, April Fool's Day, you can't make this up, Trump announced unprecedented tariff hikes on Chinese imports, with some products facing rates as high as 145%.
New tariffs begin. Those new tariffs are in place today, as President Trump's increased tariffs on China started yesterday. Those taxes now total 145%.
The result? The worst stock market plunge since 2020, wiping out trillions in market value. Then, in a move that economic analysts are calling tariff whiplash, Trump abruptly announced on April 8th that he was pausing many of the tariffs, only to reintroduce some at different rates just hours later, further destabilizing the markets.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin with a stunning reversal from the U.S. president on his global trade war. Donald Trump announcing a 90-day pause on all so-called reciprocal tariffs.
His attempt to spin this disaster? At an April 9th rally in Pennsylvania, Trump claimed,
"I always say tariffs is the most beautiful word to me in the dictionary."
Meanwhile, ordinary Americans are watching their retirement accounts plummet, while economists warn of massive price hikes on everything from iPhones to automobiles due to these policies. Lizzo didn't invent the term terrified. It's actually become a social media phenomenon in recent weeks. Countless memes and TikToks show Americans checking their plummeting 401k accounts with the caption, "Feeling terrified."
Let's turn this pain into some champagne, baby.
By wearing this shirt on SNL, Lizzo elevated the term from internet slang to a national political statement. Within hours of her performance, number Terrified was trending across social platforms, with celebrities like Chrissy Teigen amplifying the message. This isn't the first time Lizzo has taken a stand against Trump. She actively campaigned for Kamala Harris in the 2024 election, including a memorable appearance at a rally in her hometown of Detroit.
I need to hear this. What up, though? They say if Kamala wins, then this whole country will be like Detroit. Well, I say proud like Detroit. I say resilient like Detroit. This is the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name.
What's especially interesting is that Lizzo's protest came at the perfect storm moment for the White House. They were already dealing with backlash from J.D. Vance's controversial Chinese peasants comment earlier in the week, creating a PR nightmare for an administration struggling to manage China relations amid skyrocketing tariffs. Lizzo's Terrified shirt wasn't even the only Trump critique on SNL that night. The show opened with a blistering cold open featuring James Austin Johnson as Trump, declaring,
"Many people are even calling me the Messiah because of the Messiah made out of the economy."
The sketch showed multiple cast members visibly struggling not to break character during Johnson's increasingly absurd economic claims. By the time Lizzo took the stage with her protest shirt, the audience was primed for the political message. What makes this story even more significant is that Lizzo's protest is backed by serious economic concerns, not just partisan politics. Economists and business leaders across the political spectrum have condemned Trump's tariff approach. Even traditionally Republican-aligned figures like Bill Ackman have called the policy economically incoherent and dangerously destabilizing. Late-night hosts have been mercilessly mocking the policies all week. Jimmy Kimmel said Trump's approach was like working a bingo hopper, randomly pulling numbers. Jon Stewart compared it to Squid Game economics. And Stephen Colbert called it policy by dartboard.
Your economic policy has the same tagline as season 3 of Squid Game?
Lizzo's Terrified moment isn't happening in isolation. It's part of an unprecedented wave of celebrity criticism of Trump's economic policies. Just days before her SNL appearance, author Stephen King's tweet that Trump is ruining the economy with his stupid tariffs gained nearly 2 million views. Robert De Niro declared that Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, in a viral clip that circulated just hours before Lizzo's performance.
Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world.
The music industry has been particularly vocal, as manufacturing costs for vinyl, CDs, instruments, and touring equipment are projected to rise dramatically under Trump's policies. Major label executives had already been meeting to discuss the impact when Lizzo's protest went viral. Conservative commentators on social media immediately called for a boycott of Lizzo's music, while liberal celebrities publicly praised her boldness. An anonymous NBC insider told Page Six, "Every artist performing on SNL is checked for branding or political statements before going on air. This was not an oversight. This was deliberate." And Lorne Michaels knew exactly what he was allowing. Saturday Night Live has a long history of political commentary, and this was perfectly in line with that tradition. Whether Trump's anger will result in any actual consequences for NBC or SNL remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, with a single word on a t-shirt, Lizzo managed to hijack the news cycle, draw massive attention to the economic concerns surrounding Trump's tariffs, and thoroughly get under the president's skin. Lizzo's Terrified moment represents the perfect collision of politics, pop culture, and economic anxiety. With one carefully chosen word on a strategically worn shirt, she managed to encapsulate the fears many Americans have about Trump's chaotic economic policies. The fact that it reportedly sent Trump into a rage calling NBC executives shows just how effective her protest was. For a president notoriously sensitive to criticism, having a major celebrity mock his signature economic policy on one of America's most iconic TV shows is the definition of humiliation. As Lizzo herself said in a February interview with Rolling Stone, "I'm not going to shut up about politics just because I can sing. Artists throughout history have always spoken truth to power. That's literally our job. With the Terrified shirt, Lizzo didn't just speak truth to power. She wore it right across her chest for all of America to see. If you found this breakdown fascinating, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the collisions between politics, pop culture, and the economy. This is Viral Vote, bringing you the stories that matter most.